everyone, welcome to the CollabCast. I'm editor Katie Cusack, and I'm here with the wonderful Pink Nois. Hello. Wave to the crowd, wave to the adoring fans. Oh, amazing, beautiful. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm kind of tired. I know we talked about waking up early to do this, and I went to bed maybe 4 hours before this.
Sure.
So, it'd be like that.
I did almost the same thing. That's why it was so shocking when I woke up and I was like, why do I feel okay? I was like, yikes. Yikes, we're in trouble.
It's all good.
It's good. It's great. We've had like a really great, past, we were asleep.
Yeah.
And now we are definitely not.
And we're definitely,
This is real life.
It's all good.
Yes.
Right before the morning coffee, you get to see the realness.
Yeah. This is as real as it's going to get.
Amen.
Yeah.
There you
go. Clearly. Anyways. So for those who don't know, Pink Nois is a hip hop R&B magician artist in the area. You may have seen him perform at Larkfest this summer, among, I'm sure, handfuls of other shows. Have you been playing anything recently? What have you been up to?
Recently, after Larkfest, I didn't do anything.
Word.
But if you want to talk about like recently,
I mean, I do.
Yeah. So tomorrow, if today's Friday, then tomorrow's Saturday. I don't know why I made such a obvious statement. There's a show at Superior Merch in Troy.
What a lovely plug.
Yeah.
That was so smooth.
Hey, I had to do it soon. But yeah, that's happening. It's tomorrow. If you can pull up, that would be really great. I'm going to be performing some new stuff off this thingy that I'm kind of working on. It's like a Halloween theme sort of thing. But yeah, it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, for sure. A stacked bill.
Yeah, it's really sick.
Hosted by yours truly. Yeah, it's a lot going on. We're both in this together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I also wanted to talk about your recent music video drop.
Oh, Nazareth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get into that.
Word.
So how did that come about? Like, what went into that?
So, Nazareth is a really small chunk of a very large production that I'm working on. And I it definitely fit like the summer vibe. That's when I dropped.
Yeah.
I actually dropped it on my birthday. That was like a little birthday present to me to like be like, hey, you can do things. Like you need to remember that. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Okay. Like, yes, you can. But basically I am working on a larger project that, I guess it's sort of like a musical, you could say. I feel like all my albums are like concept albums and they all have like some story behind them. So Nazareth is really a sort of like, I don't know, coming to terms with like, I don't know, just learning how to be honest with yourself, learning like what kind of puts you off and like what boosts you up.
Yeah.
And like really getting to understand like what you could have done better about certain things in certain situations. Yeah. Like Nazareth definitely talks about like me not being too enamored with my hometown.
Yes.
Or the people in it.
Which is like something that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah.
And going, I think, it also touches on like what you found here, which is interesting.
Right.
Because it's like, all you have to do to really like be inspired in a lot of ways is to go where you're unfamiliar.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you sort of find what you're looking for.
Right.
You give so many like shout outs. It's like, I love that song. Yeah, I'm like, this is like such a precious, what a cool also just like time capsule kind of like for the music scene in a way like that you did, but it was like super personal to you. But it's like, taking account of all the people who have like helped you or inspired you. And I'm like, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, that's totally necessary, like, for anything, you know? Like, especially if there's some sort of, like, if there's, like, some sort of intellectual property being made, you have to acknowledge the people that, like, gave you ideas or gave you some inspiration from something, because they're, like, even if it's, like, a little bit, they're still, like, a huge part of it, which is, like, really dope. So, like, when I was making that song, I was like, oh, God, this person has to be in here, and this person has to be in here, and I have to talk about this person.
Yeah.
Even the people that I was kind of ragging on, I was like, you know what? Give me the strength to do this. So, like, I had to say something. It wasn't nice, but, like, you know, whatever. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people listen to you now. Sorry.
That was spicy hot. So quiet.
Yeah. The music video, though, I was trying to, I was actually shot in New Rochelle, and I wanted to showcase a lot of places that, like, I did go to that I actually, like, did appreciate when I was there. So there's like a scene where I'm in, like, a blue jacket, and my friend Jaren, who we went to the same high school, he's like, oh my God, that boy is a wizard. Like, I'm a magician, but he's a wizard. Like, he's really crazy. And he just put out an EP. It's called Jaren is Jaren. You should look that up. Had to put the plug in there. Yeah, we're in, like, this field that I used to go to when I was a kid. We're standing in front of my house at one point. This park that I was, like, doing, like, climbing on things and falling off things. That was actually at my old elementary school. Yeah, and that's, like, where I met, like, all my best friends. Yeah. That, like, I still talk to from that town. For sure. And yeah. It was actually shot, I call him my little brother. He's not related to me, but his name's Alex Herman. He's an amazing young man. Like, he's so talented. He does music, he does video, he does, like, audio engineering, all that stuff. He's really good. Nice. Yeah, and he helped shoot it. It was just a really fun time. Yeah. With, like, people that I love.
And have you done any videos before this?
I have, and I'm not going to talk about it because it was, like, when I was 13.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's just very...
You have a very large, I guess, like, sort of musical library under all these different aliases and identities. So it's, you know, there's a lot to think about. And I feel like you're constantly working on something and all these different projects. I mean, like, how do you sort of organize where all of this is?
I have a... Oh, God. I have a book that I organize everything in that I recently lost. And, I know, like,
I'm so sorry.
I kind of feel like I kind of feel liberated from what, like, everything that's, like, in it. I know that, like, I'm trying to tie in everything that I've done before into what I'm doing now. Yeah. So one thing that I will share about Nazareth and the project at large that's going to come with it at a later date is that I'm not Pink Nois on that project. Interesting. Like, because, like, I'm going to say something, like, really weird, but just roll with it.
I'm ready for it.
Pink Nois is not, like, I'm not Pink Nois. Like, I'm Jorim. Yeah. That's just who I am. But, like, I feel like Pink Nois is, like, the energy that I give off when I'm being creative and when I'm making things. And when that happens, it can go in any direction. So, like, usually I'll start off making an album and then I'll be like, oh, this could turn into, like, a whole cinematic experience if I just change one thing. If I do something, like, completely left field or something. For sure. So I don't like to be myself on any of my, or not, I guess not really myself, but like I like to be different versions of myself. I haven't really spoken about like me being me on anything because I just feel like I'm already doing that as I'm like writing the story. Like I'm an author, but like what's on the page is the only thing you should really be looking at.
Right.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love that. And it's also, I feel like Pink Noise has a certain presence. I would say if one was to see like a live performance that you were doing, I feel like there's definitely something that takes over on the stage. And it's had this really like, I feel like, who was I just talking about with this? Maybe Adrian. Like the way that it's sort of like formed over time. Like I feel like you keep adding like this one more like accessory or like certain way that like you like have like glitter on at some point or like fucking this like rad ass eyeliner. And I'm just like, yo, like this is like it just keeps evolving in this really interesting way and is also very different depending on where you are. And I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
It's
like,
so great.
I feel like I'm really trying to, I just try to fit the vibe of wherever I'm at.
Yeah.
Because like, if you can do that, like, that's why I don't do the same set, like, all the time. Like, it just really depends on where I'm at. That determines what I do. I just feel like the whole sort of idea of Pink Noise in itself is like, adapt to your surroundings, but learn how to control it as well, you know? Like, okay, you're strong enough to make people see you, and you're strong enough to do what you need to do, but also can you put yourself in this space and like figure out like how it works on like a freaking like molecular level,
right?
And then just like turn it into something that's yours.
Yeah,
you know?
Which is a super powerful thing I think to be aware of as an artist.
Yeah,
who's like very, I think, in control of what they're putting out into the world.
Thanks. I don't know about all that, but I'm trying.
Well, you're like a very dedicated person, I think, to what you do. And I think that it's very clear that you have a passion for this. It's also, I think you're one of the few people who I see collaborating with so many artists. Like you're always on somebody's track or like working with somebody or like in a room with somebody playing music. And I'm like, you are always there. Like in so many people, I'm like, oh, there's Jorim. Like in a room with somebody or like on something that somebody's putting out. Like, I mean, is this something just from the network of people that you are with, because you study music at St. Rose.
Yeah, so
that's like obviously such a huge bubble of really talented people. And then from there, I mean, like you're playing out in the music scene and you meet all these people. I mean, like, are they usually the ones to ask you to jump on something? Or
usually what happens is like I'll either have like a class or like the class I'm missing right now.
Evidence. That's what I'm put in my letter.
Hey, you know
be
what?
Like, he's here.
Go send out an email and everything.
We gave you a really nice shout out. Like, give him a break.
No. It's okay. You saved me, but it's all right. There's a class called Convocation where basically everyone sits down. Other people, like maybe like 7 or 8 people are selected to perform for like an entire like for the whole like music program. And this happens like every Friday morning. So usually like a lot of like really talented people are on stage and I'll be like, oh my God, like, wow, like I need that person like on this to like do this. Like I was, there was one a couple weeks ago, this, young woman named Marissa Scotti, who's like crazy good at opera. And she's over here like, oh, and I'm like, sis, like I need you in like a huge reverb space just doing that. And then I need to like make something around it and I need to rap over it like immediately. Like that just needs to happen. So that's like usually like they'll perform, I'll go up to them, I'll be like, oh my God, I just need you to be on this track. And that's usually
That's
how it
exactly
starts. That's exactly how I like the whole.
And they're like, if I don't work with this person, he'll kill me.
I'll literally die right now if you don't work with me. Like my life is on the line, so you need to pull up to Stu immediately. Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Nice.
Also, like, just meeting people. Like, I remember one time, because like not even a lot of kids that aren't in the music industry program do music.
Yeah.
It's just not like regimented like music. It's like they're either on like a computer like making a beat or like they're like messing around with like auto-tune or something like in their dorm or whatever. And like they're also like super talented. Like there was a his name is Jorim White. He's a producer. He just went like triple platinum on a couple Migos tracks that he produced.
Oh.
Like, and he
I've
was
heard of that person.
Yeah, I think he's like, I think he graduated.
Yeah.
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 And like, he's just out here producing
It's
for
like-
Migos at St. Rose.
It was by Perp something, right? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
You might be thinking of someone. JSDG Beats. Ever?
Possibly.
Or Drumaholics.
Then there are multiple people in the capital region who have worked on Migos tracks and like have
Right.
done
Exactly.
huge things, which is like
Yeah.
what a crazy thing. I
Yeah.
should look into that.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I have before, but
Word.
yo,
But yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Migos
Like, they're-
is stealing all of our producers. Like, excuse me.
Look, they ain't stole me, so if you need something, you know,
I'm happy to be sold.
you know, for a little pretty penny, I'll do it to you. But nah, there's just so many talented people outside of the music program that I end up meeting in the most like weird of like circumstances.
Yeah.
Like I was my freshman year, like one of the closest relationships I ever cultivated was with Ty. When she was going to St. Rose.
Yes.
Yeah, you better cry, right? Oh.
An angel on the earth.
I met Ty in the school sanctuary. We were with some friends. I was with somebody I was talking to at the time, and she was like, I'm gonna call my friend Ty, because I was just playing the piano and I was singing. She was like, I gotta get my friend Ty. You guys gotta do some stuff together. She makes dope music.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bet. I don't know who this is,
Yeah.
but okay. Like, and then Ty came in, and she's like smacked. She has on like this backwoods hat. And she like a tie-dye blue shirt, and she just walks in like the brand is already there.
Yeah.
And she's just like, yo. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so cool. like the first time I saw her, I was like, wow, she's so cool. And then she sat down at the piano and she played like, she played this song about like angels or something. And I was like, this is so good. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why am I just now meeting you? Like, because it was just like, the moment we sat down at a piano together, like it just clicked. And it was like, why am I just meeting you for the first time? But I feel like music wise, like I've known you forever, you know? And that's like, it's been the same way with Sudoku, Alex Hayes, love them. They didn't really get into like making beats until like sophomore year, but like just watching them grow from like where they were then to where they are now. Beautiful.
Beautiful stuff.
But yeah, like they're just, it's really like the small like moments that like happen like that.
Yeah.
That just like change everything. Yeah.
Super powerful.
Yeah.
And I feel like you and Ty kind of work in a very similar way where
Yeah.
it's like constant production or like
Yeah.
the wheels are always turning in some way.
Yeah.
And just like always thinking about music.
like I feel like the thing that Ty and I do really well is we're good soundboards for one another. So like if she has an idea, I'll be like, okay, like I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but this is Ty's idea. And then I'll be like, yeah, do that.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, okay, then I need to do this. And it kind of just like, we're just good at going off of one another. And not even just like musically, but like spiritually and like emotionally and like mentally.
Yeah.
Like if she's having like a bad day, I'll be like, all right, well, this is what you need to do to change where you're at.
Yeah.
And she'll do the same for me, which is dope. It's like perfect because it like keeps us musically motivated, and when we're not musically motivated, we have like somebody that can like bring us back into that, which is really cool.
Yeah, and it's so tough to get out of a rut.
Yeah,
It's really difficult.
really is.
I mean, when you find yourself kind of like having those stopping points or like pauses or like misgivings,
Yeah.
I mean, what are the main things that for you are super important to like help bring you back to what you feel like you need to be doing?
Yeah. To be honest, like I was talking about it in the car when we were getting here, but I was in a really, really bad spot over the summer. And even a little bit before then, like maybe like spring semester of like junior year, like I was low key like failing everything. I was super sad. Summer came in. I was like, all right, I'm back home. Like that's cool. And then like I don't talk to anyone in my hometown really, except like maybe like 2 people. And they're like both not there. So I was like, okay, that's great. So I'm kind of like living in purgatory. Except like I have like my uncle and my aunt and my 2 dogs and my grandma, and they're literal angels. Especially Bailey and Barkley. I miss y'all. Listen, I didn't name them, but
You know that they're tuning into this.
Oh yeah. God, I cannot. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm losing. Yeah. It's just being in like a weird space, like coming out of a place where it's like, all right, I was doing bad. I got home. I'm not doing anything. I want to make music, but I just don't have the energy to, because there's nothing around me like giving me any inspiration, because I'm just like in the middle of nowhere. And I was also going through like my grandma was going through it too, health wise. We were taking her back and forth to the hospital and everything. It was a very scary time for like me and my family. But she's doing like amazing now.
Good.
Like the bounce back game, crazy. Like she was like, huh? Like she couldn't walk, and now she's like going upstairs. Like,
Yeah.
how'd you do that? What? But yeah, it was just a really tough time. And honestly, I made Nazareth in 19? I made it in 2016. That's like when I really started it. So like, think one thing for me is just going back to old stuff to get at least like dust off the cobwebs and all that stuff. I feel like I just wasn't happy with what I was doing in that moment, because it was too much about the situation that I was going through, like at hand. And although those are like necessary to like speak on, it just wasn't the time, like at that moment. Because I feel like one thing I really learned is like you got to be honest with yourself, but also when you're someone who's like using your platform to convey a certain message, you can't risk disrupting that message with how you feel. at a certain point in time, especially if it's like not in a good headspace. Like, it's so important to be on top of what you're saying at all times, especially like if you're trying to influence other people to live in a way that could be beneficial to them. If you're not being beneficial to yourself and you tell somebody like, oh, do this because I did it, like,
Right.
it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So I think that was like one thing that I really tried to keep myself abreast of. But yeah, I started working on Nazareth. Like, I hadn't looked at that song for like the past 3 years.
Right.
And then I was just like, wow, I know exactly what to do now, because between that span of time where I wasn't working on it, I learned so much. So now I know what to do to make it perfect. And like, it really got me out of the rut I was in. Like I was at like a 15, and then Nazareth put me at like a 70. And like, I wasn't completely like out of it, but I was like, wow, like I did something. Yeah, like I did something that I'm actually proud of. Like, whoa. Wow,
and people enjoy it.
What? Yeah, and like it was cool. It was like, one thing I like did joke about was like, yeah, I put this out on my birthday because my favorite present is validation. But like, also like, I was like, yo, like, you did that. Like, you actually like how it came out.
Yeah.
You like, when there were certain things you wanted to tweak as far as like the music video went, because Alex also, boy, does music video editing too. Hit him up. What? Alex Herman. Like, he edited the video, and like, normally I'm really passive. I'm just like, oh yeah, it looks fine. Like, okay. But like, there was like stuff that I really needed, and he was like, no, it's not gonna work. And I was like, put it in, it's gonna work.
Yeah. Like, advocating for yourself. For it.
Yeah, and did the long stare as well.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And yeah, we did that. But like, just kind of assertion.
Yeah.
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 It's like something that I wasn't really doing that I'm trying now.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's the best fucking feeling in the world.
Word.
Right?
I fucking agree. But yeah, it definitely, like, Nazareth was like a really like pivotal point for me, which was really dope. And I think going back to like the thing about being honest with how you're feeling and like the message you're trying to convey.
Yeah.
I know that I personally am not necessarily in the business of like dragging people down, which is kind of what I did on Nazareth. But there's a method to the madness. And I think that'll be it'll make more sense when everything encompassing Nazareth is finished.
Starts to come together.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yay.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be... I can't. Fantastic. Well, great. And everybody should definitely come to the show tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some unreleased stuff as usual.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Because I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's always exciting to see something new.
Yeah.
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 So I think I saw you do Nazareth at... It was at St. Rose.
Yeah, Studio G3.
Before it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a little bit different. And like, that's the best.
Yeah.
It's cool because you're letting people kind of in on that process of like playing.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, honestly.
So yeah.
She's trying to hype me up right now, but
it's cool.
I'm just impatient. Like, I just be like, this sounds so good, I gotta lay it down. Like, oh
You're
my
like
God.
letting people in on a secret.
Yeah,
And then
it's
like they hear it come out and they're like, oh, well, I heard it this way.
I don't like secrets. I'll tell you everything. I don't care. I'm an open book, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm like working on some stuff for Halloween. And it's like bop after bop after bop. Like I have like I can't, I'm sorry. Like Ty and Adrian, the age, not the age, the age. That's an A on age. There's a vowel.
We're like living in his season right now.
Scorpio season. Yesterday was his birthday. You don't know what is happening right now? It's the age of the age. Like it's in the name. What?
Age.
Do you feel like should we change it to era of the age?
Era of the age.
Know. I feel like I don't know.
I like age of the age.
Yeah, me too.
We'll make a poll.
Yeah. Gas some shit out of you, boy. Anyway, happy birthday. He blessed my track with some guitar. Oh man. It sounds like butter. It just sounds like melted butter all over the track. I was like, God. And then like Ty's on it with a verse, doing like harmonies. I'm just like what? And then, I'm on it too, I guess, whatever, it's cool. So I have a track like that. I have a track with a producer from your favorite place in the country, South Carolina. His name's D Gutta. He's so dope. Does not smell like vinegar. I love it there. Yes, yeah.
Thank God. Because if he did, I'd be like, I'm never listening to that.
It's an inside joke. Y'all wouldn't get it.
Yeah, that was an unfair moment.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Everybody.
But he produced the track for me. It sounds like a dream. I don't know if I've performed it out a couple times. It's called Ruby.
Okay.
I wrote it about Ruby Madness. They're a drag performer here in the capital region.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
Shout out to you, Ruby. You're cool. Yeah. And there's just, oh my gosh, it's stacked. And then, oh my God, Katie, I'm sorry. Like, I gotta tell you something.
Okay.
I gotta tell you something. Rose record label, best label in the world. Like, it seems like I'm kind of like trying to plug them right now, but they're mad good.
Yeah.
Like, it's student run.
Let people know why.
Yeah, like, it's totally student run. So, like, these are, like, kids that are doing midterms and finals and, like, homework and, like, tests and then convocation and all this stuff. And they're also working on a label. Yeah. Like, doing, like, press releases and merch and audio engineering and tracking and getting, like, my manager is literally, like, a grade below me. And she, like, literally, like, yells at me and tells me what to do. Yeah. Like you're getting a job when you get out of here. Yeah. Like you definitely are. Yeah. Like doing something that you want to be doing. Like I don't care what it is. But yeah, like they're helping me right now put together like a more like live instrument album because I usually do like MIDI instruments, but like they want me to be like, all right, you can do this. We all know you can do that. But we want you to do something outside of your comfort zone that you're usually not doing.
Push yourself.
Yeah, exactly. What? Elevate. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like that though, but just in general. Like if you want to do that, that's cool. I don't.
Like your hopes and dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
Your ability.
Exactly. But yeah, no. We're putting together like a really beautiful album. It's really coming along, and I'm very excited for it to be done. It should be coming out around November, like late November.
Wow, so pretty really soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going really well.
Gonna look forward to that. Does it have a name or anything yet? Or still?
It's called For You.
Wonderful. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
And how can people find your music, find like Rose record label music? Do they have like a dedicated area where people can find all the stuff? Everybody's things?
If you search your heart,
it's fair.
You will find me. No, but like if you go on social media, just look up PINKNOIS, Pink Nois, without the E. Music, it's the same thing. Apple Music, Spotify, all
Yeah.
those thingies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just PINKNOIS. That's it.
Yes.
That's all it takes. It's 8 letters. Easy.
Yeah.
Branding.
Isn't I love you 8 letters?
No. Yes? Yes. That's crazy. Wow.
Wow. Thank you so much for being here today.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.